Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. The Honorable Mrs. Eva Numayasari MPD as my lecturer for academic speaking course and respectable for everyone who's watching this video. I'm Nur Adila Zahra. I'm the student of English Department Education University of Ibnu Khaldun Bogor. Now I'm in the 4th semester. So today in this video, I would like to present one of the theses, and the title is The Effect of Using Bamboo Dancing Method on Student Speaking Ability at the 10th grade of Manfor Medan in 2017 and 2018 academic year. And the thesis by Intan Melati, the students of State Islamic University of North Sumatra Medan 2018. So let's get started. Well, everyone, as you can see on the screen, this presentation will covers in the first place, there is background study. On the second, there is research question, research objective, next review of related literature, theoretical framework, methodology, and then there is finding and discussion, conclusion, and the last there is suggestion. So everyone, at first, I would like to give an explanation for background study before discussing further what media can be used to improve our speaking skills in this study. First of all, we have to know what are the reason or background behind the writing on this article. In the first point, as you can see on the screen, there is speaking issue. On the second, there is techniques of teaching and learning are still monotonous. So everyone, some of teacher in school, they're still teaching some materials in monotonous way, so the students lost their interest to pay attention to their teacher. Next, when the third student are really practice to use English language to communicate. And I think it's because students are still incapability to speak in English because they lack confidence and they have no vocabulary enough. So they're like they won't trying to speak English. So we can see the solution is every student must trying to speak in English every situation and condition in class between teacher and students. No matter if you have a good pronunciation or not, the solution is just try to speak up. And last, teachers were obsessed with correcting the students' error. Next, research question. Based on background study that I just said previously, is in this research is to figure out, is there any significant effect on the student speaking ability by using bamboo dancing method? Well, everyone, in the third place, there is research objective. In this point, we're gonna talking about the purpose of this study. So we have to know what's the purpose of this present study. So for the first points, as you can see on the screen, of course, there is the identification of most common speaking problems faced by senior high school students. Like I think like what's common issue that students face in their speaking class, and likes to find out whether using bamboo dancing method is effective to improve students speaking skill. So it's like we can figure it out using bamboo dancing method, is it gonna work or not? Next, there is review of related literature. Firstly, about bamboo dancing. According to Suprijono 2018, learning process in bamboo dancing method is started by giving question to students. So the teacher does little discussion with students. After discussing, teacher will divide students into two groups. For the example, it's like there are 40 students in the class, and teacher should make two big groups. Each group consists of 20 students. So then 4 members of each group has to stay face to face. So the students must create the short conversation, of course. Next, 20 students have to stand face to face. It's like, 10 students will stand in front of 10 students. So they must make a line so they can be a couple in a conversation. And then when they finish conversation, of course, they will move their position, follow the strike. So they find others couple. Finally, they get result from their discussion, and then they present in front of class to support their presentation. Of course, teacher must facilitate conditions so the presentation can be learned for all of students inside the class. Having looked at Zainal Akib 2013, teaching procedure of bamboo dancing method, the study begins with the introduction of topic by the teacher, and next the teacher divides the class into large group, and then the teacher handles the topics. After the discussion, students from every large group who face each other following lines should like a clockwise direction. Next, there is the advantages of bamboo dancing method. According to Suprijono 2010, has give some advantages of bamboo dancing method. It's like bamboo dancing method has a clear structure that makes students share their information easier. Bamboo dancing gives change the student to get information. Bamboo dancing, of course, will make students more speak to certain topic. And last, bamboo dancing method can make the learning process more enjoyable. And for basic types of speaking, according to Douglas Brown 2001, state there are 5 basic types of speaking. For the first, there is imitative, intensive, responsive, interactive, and the last there is extensive or monologue. Next, there is theoretical framework. As you can see on the screen, first there is speaking issue. Well, everyone, Glenn Falsher, 2003, has stated speaking is an ability that taken for granted, learned as it through a process of socialization through communicating. So the purpose for which we wish to communicate with others are so large, so they are innumerable, and this is not a book about human needs and desire. We will not even attempt to provide examples. So I think speaking is complex matter. Anyone who wishes to speak a second language must learn the grammar and the vocabulary of the language and master its sounds. Well, everyone, applying bamboo dancing method is one of the ways to improve speaking skill. Suprijono 2010 believed that bamboo dancing method is one of methods in cooperative learning. So these methods aim to enable students to share their information at the same time with different partners in a short period of time on a regular basis. So students' lines are described as a bamboo. Subsequently, I'm going to explain about the methodology that used in this research. As you can see on the screen, this study takes 6 methods. There are experimental research, population and sample data collection techniques used as a test, and there are pre-test, treatment, and post-test. For the first, there is experimental research. So everyone, this study was conducted by using experimental research. In this research, the sample was divided into 2 groups, namely experimental group and control group. So the experimental group is the group that received treatment by bamboo dancing method, while the control group is the group that didn't receive the treatment of bamboo dancing method. So the research divide into 2 variables. There are bamboo dancing as method X variable, and the student speaking ability is Y variable. So the experiment design in this study, as you can see on the screen in that table. Next, there is population. It can be shown at the following table in that screen. So in this research, the population of study was the first year student of month for Medan in the academic year of 2017 and 2018 that consists of 337 students in 11 class. Next, there is sample. In selecting sample, researcher use cluster random sampling. It means that the experimental and control class were chosen randomly by using a small pieces of paper, and then the name of each class was written in a small pieces of paper, and then the papers roll and shaken. As you can see on the table in doing research, the researcher got two parallel classes as the sample. They were XIPA 1 X experimental class, which consists of 27 students, and there is XIPA 2 as control class, which consists of 27 students. So the total of sample are 44 students. And last, there are pre-test, treatment, and post-test. In collecting data from the field of the study, the writer used the following instrument. To require information is a test. Firstly, there is a pre-test. So the pre-test was conducted before treatment. The same pre-test was given to both experiment and control group in order to investigate the student's speaking ability. Next, the treatment was conducted after pre-test in the experimental group. So the students were taught by applying bamboo dancing method, while control group, the students were taught by using conventional method. And the last, there is post-test, was given after the treatment has been completed. It is aimed to get the mean scores of experimental group and control group. Well, everyone, having looked at findings, we can find that this research revealed that the most common problems faced by some students at the 10th grade of month for Medan in 2017 and 2018 academic year are the lack of vocabulary, structure, pronunciation, confidence, and nervous. And it causes speaking skill issue. And then, as you can see on the screen, as a result, the student speaking ability was taught by applying bamboo dancing method. Show the minimum score of pretest was 40, the maximum score of pretest was 80, and the mean of pretest, it was just 56.85. Next, the minimum score of post-test was 60, the maximum score of post-test was 90, and the mean of pre-test was 73.33. And the last, student speaking skill taught without applying the bamboo dancing method showed the minimum score from the pre-test was 40. After applying the bamboo dancing method, there was a very significant improvement, and the pre-test score increased to 70. It's obviously bamboo dancing method has worked to help EFL students to improve their speaking ability. After getting the calculation of the mean, variance, and standard deviation, the researcher found the bamboo dancing method was very effective in improving student speaking ability. And the researcher has found out that the students were taught by bamboo dancing method have higher score than were taught by conventional method teacher. Because I think it's bamboo dancing for students to talk in a discussion manner with their partners to discuss topics that have been given by the teacher. Everyone, we are at the end of the discussion. Next point on this presentation, there is a conclusion. In this conclusion, it shows that the use of bamboo dancing method is more help students to enhance their speaking skill than using conventional method at the first grade of month for Medan. And after all analyzing the questionnaire and the post-test and the pre-test has given, we can find that it's clearly enough. The most students at the first grade of month for Medan were interested in learning speaking by using bamboo dancing games, because bamboo dancing method can improve classroom situation into a better situation. And then there were enthusiasm in joining speaking class, and it turned out the atmosphere of the class more was live and fun, of course, as there are many interesting activities, so they're enjoyable for various types of activities related to bamboo dancing method as a game. Finally, everyone, we are at the end of the discussion. In the last place on this presentation, there is suggestion. After did the research and doing analysis, it's proved that bamboo dancing method is helped a lot for students EFL to improve their speaking skill. So the English teachers is really recommended to apply bamboo dancing method in teaching speaking. Of course, it's recommended for headmaster for of the school to apply bamboo dancing method in teaching speaking in their school, and the students are expected to use bamboo dancing method by themselves to encourage their confidence in speaking skill. So I think it's really highly recommendation for English teachers to apply bamboo dancing method in teaching speaking class. Well, everyone, that's all from me. It's all about the effect of using bamboo dancing method to improve student speaking skill. So thank you for your kind attention. The less I say, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.